Good morning, students. Yes, students, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, students, in last class we were seeing the the output statements in JavaScript and some of the dialog boxes or the windows we have seen in the last class. And I was explaining about the arrays. So before I continue the array, concept, in last class we have seen the theory of command prompt and uh, alert window and command prompt, alert window, and what we have seen, prompt, alert,
Confirm window.
confirm. Yes, confirm we have seen. Ansari, can you tell me the difference between alert window and prompt? Can you tell me the difference between alert and prompt?
Ma'am, in alert only one button is there. In confirm there is OK and cancel.
Okay, and cancel. Yes. Varsha, can you hear me, Varsha? Are you there, Varsha? Can you hear me, Varsha? Yes, students, respond. Is my screen is visible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, students, in last class we have seen the theory about some of the um, screen outputs. First, we have seen the screen output statement, that is document dot write. So whatever you want to display on the output screen or on the browser, we use this in JavaScript. We use this statement, that is document dot write. When you write this statement, then document object has a method. What method it has? A document object has a write method which dynamically creates the content. So this write method dynamically it creates the content, and we have seen the window in window object has three methods to create a dialog box, that is alert, confirm, and prompt we have seen in the theory part we have seen in the last class. In last class I did not explain the program. Now I'll explain the program, how we are using these prompt, alert and confirm in the program, and then we will move on to the arrays. And in last class we have also seen the selection statement and for loop also we have seen in the last class. And in last class I explained you what is the advantage of comma operator. Yes students, we have so many operators: addition, arithmetic operators, arithmetic operator, relation operator, assignment operator, increment decrement operator, conditional operator, and so on. We have so many operators, but we have comma operator also. According to the syntax of for loop, we can have only 2 semicolons in the for loop, but in some situations you may have to initialize more than one variable. You may have to write a condition for more than one. You may have to increment or decrement more than one value. In that situation I cannot write how many semicolons I want. According to syntax, it should have, the for loop statement should have only 2 semicolons. So if we are if you are using more than one initialization, then you have to separate that by using a comma operator. This is the advantage of comma operator. So this also we have seen in the last class. And the entry control loop, the exit control loop also we have seen in the last class. And now let me explain the programs. Simple programs I have taken, students. So these programs I'll share in the Google Classroom. So you can practice at home these programs. Yes, students, whatever the programs I'm sharing in the Google Classroom, you please practice. See here. Yes, students, this is the program for prompt. This is the program for prompt. Here, this is a p tag. Here we are using a button. Here we are using a button. See here, students, button on click. On click. When I click on the button, it should call to this method. It should call to this method. Means whatever the code I have written in my function, that those statements it should execute. Yes, when I click on the button, so what is the name of that button? So try it. Try it is the name of that button. So on that button, this label will be visible, that is try it. So when you click on try it, then my function will be called. Means when whatever the statements I have written in the my function, those statements it will execute. So now coming to the my function, what code I have written in the my function is, where person is a variable I have declared, and here I am using prompt. So to take a input from the user, I am using prompt. Yes, students, in lab also we have seen the program, Fibonacci series program. I was using prompt to take a input from the user. That is, please enter your name. Harry Potter. See, already the name is entered, students. Already the name is entered. So no need to enter again. So you may get a doubt, if name is already there, can I change? So that we'll see later. So let me explain this program and let me run and show this program. That part we'll see later. So please enter your name, and the name is already entered. And if a person is not null, see, whatever the statements, whatever the value we are taking in the prompt, that is assigned to the variable person. Correct now, students? Because there we have used the assignment operator. So that value will be assigned to person. So now person is not null. Correct now? Person has some value. What is that value? Harry Potter string value person variable has. So if person is not null, yes, person is not null. So here it will execute this statement. It will execute this statement, that is hello for the person variable, what value we have assigned, that is Harry Potter and how are you. So it will display the output, hello Harry Potter, how are you. Why it is taking Harry Potter? Because here we want to display this statement. We want to display this statement. See, students, now you may get this doubt, what is this get element by ID? I'll explain it later. So first we'll understand how we are using the prompt in the program. So in the theory, I'll explain that. So here, hello, the person variable I have taken. So for the person variable, what name we have assigned? Harry Potter. So the output should be hello Harry Potter, how are you? Yes, we'll check the output, what output it will display. Yes, click on the button to demonstrate the prompt box. So here, yes, students, once again, I'm opening the code. What I have written, click on, but sorry, the button is on click, means when you click on the button, then it should call this method. Why? I have written the actual code in that method. So what I have written, so it is using prompt, it is taking some value. So the value is not taking from the user, already the value is assigned. The value is assigned. That is Harry Potter. Now in the if condition, if not null, yes, definitely person is not null. Why? Because in the variable person, this value is assigned. So it will display this statement, hello person, that person holds Harry Potter. Hello Harry Potter, how are you? Now I'll click on the button, try it button. Yes, students, Harry Potter already it is displaying. But in the previous programs, what we were doing, we were entering the values. Correct? No, enter the, to generate Fibonacci series, enter the number. I have entered the number. When you are executing, you have entered the number. But here already they have given. So now click on OK button. Click on OK button. Okay. So what is the output? Hello, Harry Potter, how are you? Yes. I'll open the code. Hello, person variable. In the person variable, Harry Potter value is assigned, and how are you is a statements which they have, which already it is there in the program. Yes, students, getting understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So after my class, so I will share all these programs in the GCR so that you can practice.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, that the document.get element ID means we're getting the ID of it, then.
Getting the?
Ma'am, can you explain that document.get?
That's what I told. No, I think you joined late or what? Because I told this statement, I will explain later. This get element by ID.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay, no problem. So I told this, I'll explain later. So now one more program I have, students. Yes, in this also same. Click the button to display a dialog box which will ask for your favorite drink. So click on try. Some drink is there, and click on OK button. Daiquiri is my favorite too. I'll open the code, students. See here. So this is similar to the previous program only. Here, text one variable they have taken. And in last class, what we have discussed the switch statement. So here a switch statement is used. Here a switch statement is used. So see here, students, here in this program, here it is about the cocktail drink. It is about the cocktail drink. Here the three cases they have taken: daiquiri, martini, and cosmopolitan. So three types, varieties of drinks are there. So it is taking the input from here. The function will start. Two variables they have declared: favorite drink and text. So I have declared two variables, favorite drink and text. So using prompt, I am taking a favorite cocktail drink from the user. By default, this will be displayed because here it is assigned, that is daiquiri. If this is the value, if this is the input value, if this is the choice, then it should display the second case. It should display the second case. To display the statement, this these texts are assigned in the variable text. These statements are assigned in the variable text. So here what happens, if I give the choice martini, if I give the choice value martini, then it will display the statement that is, excellent choice, martini is good for your soul. So this statement it will display. Yes, students, in last class I told in each case we have to write a break statement. So three cases are there. So in each case a break statement is there. Now once I'll execute, and after executing, I'll remove the break statement and we'll see the what is the output it will display. So daiquiri already it is there. So I'll change it to martini. So excellent choice, martini is good for your soul. See, I'll open the code, students. Whatever is written there, in this case, in the first case, whatever the text value, whatever the statement is written, that it will display. Now I'll give cosmopolitan. Now it should display. Really, are you sure the cosmopolitan is your favorite? That statement it should display. We'll see what it will display. Yes. Really, are you sure the cosmopolitan is your favorite? So that it is displaying. Now I'll go to the code. And I'll remove the break statement of martini case and daiquiri case, and I am saving the program. Those who have doubt the usage of break statement, you can observe here. The output I'll give, the input I'll give martini. I have not saved the. See students, what is happening? Though I have given the choice, what choice I have given? I have given the choice Martini. What output it is displaying? This last case output it is displaying. So now I will change the default values. I'll change the value there, students. Yes, students, you observe the prompt. Previously, it was taking query. Now it is taking cosmopolitan value. It is taking. Yes. Yes, students.
Yes, ma'am.
So click on OK button. So it will display the statement. Really, are you sure that a cosmopolitan is your favorite? That statement it will display. Next, I have the program example for confirm button. What is the difference between alert and confirm? The alert window will be having a single button, whereas the confirm will be having two buttons. What is the difference between prompt and confirm?
Prompt which takes the input from the user, where confirm
No.
which makes a clear decision from the user whether you want to continue the operation or not.
Yes, 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 yes. So here I am taking the example of a confirm. Yes, students, this is a simple program to demonstrate the confirm button. That is, this page says press a button. Press a button. Either you press OK or cancel. When you click OK, it will just go. Or when you click cancel, also it will just go. Just to implement here, just a implementation of confirm button. Here we are just implementing a confirm button. For alert window, you have also already seen your lab program. So this is prompt. So this is the alert dialog box. So in the alert dialog box, the user will not give any input, students. The user will not give any inputs. The user will not give any inputs, but it will just display the output just with a single button, that is OK button. If you click on this OK button, then it will just close. And this alert box has a scroll bar, students. See, the output is small, I mean less, then it will not take a scroll bar. If the output is more, means it has a more data, then it by default it creates a scroll button. See here. So now I have given the n value 20, so it has a more number, so it will by default it will create a scroll button, scroll bar. So now I'll give a n value 4. So now in a for this, if the value of n is 4, so no need of any scroll bar, so it will not take. If the n value is more a bigger value, 25 I'm giving, so means 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, up to 25 square. So now you can see the scroll bar. Yes, students, can you see the PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, students, as we all know that array is a collection of homogeneous data type. Yes, is it right? What is the definition of array? What is the definition of array, students? What is
Array is a
array?
collection of elements which are similar type.
Similar type of data,
Same
or
type.
array? Yes, array is a collection of homogeneous data type. Array is a collection of homogeneous data type, whereas structure is a collection of heterogeneous data type. So you can store either integer or float or character. But in JavaScript, array holds a mixed data. Character, string value, integer value, float value, whatever others, different types of data you can store in the array variable. Yes, students, getting in JavaScript, array can hold a mixed data. Array can hold a mixed data type in JavaScript. See here in last class when I was explaining this slide, so array can be created with two ways. So an array object can be created in two ways. One is with the new keyword, and other way is by assigning a array literal. Yes, correct? No, this I was explaining. Then time was up, so I told I will see this in the next class. So here I'll write one example. Yes, students, you can see, no, what you can see, the font size is okay, no, whatever I'm writing you can see.
Yes, ma'am.
So var is a variable. So here I create a array variable days and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 4 days I have declared here. 4 days I have declared here. And one more example I'll write, students. Days is equal to new Yes, students, what is the difference between these two lines? Both are same, no? Both are same, right? I'm sorry, both are same. Okay. Any other answers?
No, ma'am. It's one is literal, another one is subject. Array.
Yes, yes. Let me write one more line. Where days is equal to new array. Yes, students, in the previous slide, what I told is array object can be created with created in two ways. That is with a new object and with a literal. So here, how to differentiate is you observe this carefully, students. In the first line, I have used a square bracket. In the first line, I have used a square bracket. In the second line, I have used a simple bracket, that is parenthesis. Yes, parenthesis I have used. And in the third line, this is first example. This is first method, this is second method, and this is third method. In the first method, the array object is created by literal. It is created by literal, where days is equal to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days are assigned to the array variable days. So this the second way is with a new keyword and with this parenthesis. I'm not using here square bracket. Here I'm using a simple bracket, that is parenthesis. And here one more example I have written, students, where days is equal to new array. This is also a array declaration. This is also array declaration, but here I have not fixed the values. The days values I have not fixed. You can take any 4 days value. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday also you can take, or Monday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday also you can take. But in these two examples, in the above two examples, the values are fixed. The values are fixed. So this is how you can create a array in the JavaScript program. This is how you can create arrays in the JavaScript program. This is a literal method using a literal, and this is using a new keyword. This is using a new keyword. An example I'll show students. See here, this is a variable array declaration with a literal. Here we are not using a new keyword. The array declaration with a literal, where emp is equal to some name, Sono, Vimal, and Ratan. So 3 names we have declared here. And you know how this for loop works. So yes, students, no need to explain this for loop, no? The logic of this for loop. Yes? What is the length of this EMP?
3.
Yes, but the array index starts from 0. So the length of this EMP is 3. So according, so here 3 values are assigned. So unless this condition becomes false, it will display the values, the statements, whatever the values we have taken here. So you see here to display the value we are using, I have used here document.write. So you using document dot write whatever here emp I. So this value it will take, the index value it will take. So using the index value, it will display the output. Sono, Vimal, Ratan. So those three values it will display. Now if I include one more name here, Ram, so automatically the length value will change. Automatically the length value will change, and it will display the RAM also in the output. So this is one example. Yes, students, this is another example. Here I have created a array with a new keyword. With a new keyword. With a new keyword. That is where cars is equal to new array Saab, Volvo, and BMW. So these are all the varieties of car. These are the varieties of car. So it is displaying those cars in the list. Yes, students, understood? What is the difference between the last program and this program? What is the difference? Here in this program, what we are doing is, here I have declared a array variable. In that array, for that array variable, I have assigned some values. I have assigned a different varieties of car, and that variable, that car variable, I am just displaying. See, if I include here one more, if I include here one more, I'm including. So it will display it will include one more car in that list. But in the previous program, here also we have assigned some values to the emp variable. Here also we have assigned some value to the emp variable. Using this length in the for loop, we are displaying one by one value. Why it is not displaying in a same line? Why it is not displaying in the same line, students? Sono, Vimal, Ratan, and Ram.
Ma'am, BR tag.
Yes, here I have used a break tag. I have used a break tag. So after once it displays the, see, first initially I value is 0. So I value is 0. So condition is true. So it will display the value of emp 0 value. So what is emp 0 value? That is Sono. So it will display, then break. Next IV is incrementing. So I value is now 1. So 1 is less than emp dot length. Yes, condition is true. Then it will display Vimal. So next break. Next Ratan. Next break. So next Ram. Then break. Then this condition becomes false. So it will come out of the program. So it will come out of the program. So that's why this here in this, the output is displaying in a different line. The values are displaying in a different line. So next we have functions in JavaScript. So this is the syntax. This is the syntax. Function is a keyword. So function is a keyword, function name, and the parameter list, parameters, formal parameters. The parameter list are optional, students. The parameter lists are optional. If you have any parameter list, you can include in within these two braces. If you don't have a parameter list, just give a braces. Then this is the body of the function. This is the body of the function. Returns value in the parameter. Return value is a parameter of return. If there is no return, or if return has no parameters, undefined is return. If there are any parameters are defined here, then it will return those values, those parameter values. Otherwise, it will not return any parameter value. We place all function definition in the head of the HTML document. Means where should be the function appear? Where should the function appear? The function should appear in the head tag of a HTML document. It should appear in the head tag of a HTML document, and cause a function appear in the document body. It should declare, it should the function definition should be in the header tag of a HTML document, and where it should be called, it should be called in the body of the HTML code. It should called in the body of the HTML code, and variable explicitly declare in the function are local. So the variables which we declare in the function, those are local. So the function, when we use a function in the program, in a JavaScript program, the function definition will be written in the header tag, and it will be called in the body tag. Yes, on load. Yes, students, we have seen. See here, the function. The function here I have written, and I have called this function in the body tag. I have called this function in the body tag. Wait, for example. See here, all this function code, whatever we have written, it should be written in the, no, not this example. See here, this function, the fifth function I have written, the function inside the fifth function, whatever the code should be written, so that is written here, and this function is called in the body of the HTML program. It is called in the body of the HTML program. Yes, students, this is one example. The remaining example in detail we'll see in the next class. All of you understood how to declare a function? This is a syntax to declare the function, and if you have a parameter list, it will return a parameter list. Otherwise, it will not return any parameter list. And all function definitions are placed in the head of a HTML document, and it will be called in the body of a HTML document. The examples we'll see in the next class, students. Wait, Kishan, let me start. Annaga,
Yes, ma'am.
answer your attendance, students. 2,
Yes, ma'am.
3,
Ma'am.
4,
Yes, ma'am.
5, 6,
Yes, ma'am.
7,
Present, ma'am.
8,
Yes, ma'am.
9,
Present, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
10, 11,
Yes, ma'am.
12, 13,
Present, ma'am.
12. 12 is not there. 12, 12. Chaitra,
Present, ma'am.
okay. 14,
Present, ma'am.
15,
Yes, ma'am.
16,
Present, ma'am.
17,
Present, ma'am.
18,
Present, ma'am.
19, 19, 20,
Present, ma'am.
21,
Present, ma'am.
22,
Present, ma'am.
23,
Present, ma'am.
24,
Yes.
25,
Present, ma'am.
26,
Present, ma'am. Mic issue.
okay, 27.
Same mic issue, ma'am. Present.
Why mic issue in all the classes? How come it will be a mic issue? From 1 month.
No.
28,
Present, ma'am.
29,
Present, ma'am.
30,
Yes, ma'am.
31,
Present, ma'am.
32,
Ma'am.
33,
Present, ma'am.
34,
Present, ma'am.
35, 36,
Present, ma'am.
37,
Yes, ma'am.
38, 38,
Present, ma'am.
39,
Present, ma'am.
40,
Yes, ma'am.
41,
Present, ma'am.
42,
Present, ma'am.
43,
Present, ma'am.
44,
Present, ma'am.
45,
Present, ma'am.
46,
Present, ma'am.
47,
Present, ma'am.
48,
Present, ma'am.
49,
Present, ma'am.
50,
Present, ma'am.
51,
Present, ma'am.
52,
Present, ma'am.
53,
Present, ma'am.
54,
Present, ma'am.
55,
Present, ma'am.
56,
Present, ma'am.
57,
Present, ma'am.
58, 9.
Present, ma'am.
Network issues.
Ma'am, 12 present, ma'am. Network issue, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, 19 also present. He has put in chat box.
I saw.